In today's education news, the Department for Education have published the National Behaviour Survey, which seems to show an improving picture. The headline being that classrooms across England are apparently becoming calmer. So some of the headline stats from this DfE behaviour survey: 88% of school leaders say their school feels calm most days. 63% of teachers say their classroom feels calm most days. 57% of pupils say things feel calmer too. So on paper, behaviour looks like it's improving. Yet every school I visit at the minute, the biggest issue tends to be behaviour. But then you get to the actual statistic that matters for learning. Teachers are still losing 7 minutes out of every 30 to poor behaviour. Exactly the same as last year, exactly the same as the year before. So no improvement whatsoever. And 73% of teachers in the same survey say poor behaviour is harming their well-being. So if things are supposedly calmer, teachers certainly aren't feeling the benefit. And here's the thing about this survey: this sense of calm might not mean behaviour is actually getting better. It might simply mean teachers feel increasingly helpless to deal with the disruption that's happening. Now, that's not because they've lowered expectations, not because they think poor behaviour is fine, but because the system is giving them less and less capacity to manage it. You know, if you've got fewer TAs in the school, if external support takes months, if not years, if SEND needs keep growing, if the pastoral team is stretched thin, if leadership are firefighting everything else, of course teachers start absorbing more, not out of choice, out of survival. You physically cannot escalate every incident when you're the only adult in the room spinning 15 different plates. And we need to talk honestly about some leadership too, because in some schools, poor leadership makes all of this even harder. Instead of seeing behaviour as a whole school responsibility, some leaders treat it as a teacher's fault. If you raise concerns, you get the looks, the comments, other teachers manage fine. They behave for them. The sense that if behaviour isn't perfect, that's a you individual teacher problem, which isn't always the case. In those schools, teachers don't feel supported, they feel blamed. And when reporting behaviour leads to pushback, teachers are going to stop reporting it. Not because the behaviour's gone away, but because they've learned the consequence will land on them. It doesn't improve behaviour, it just hides it. So yes, classrooms might look calmer, but calmer doesn't automatically mean better. Calm can be compliance. Calm can be kids disengaging quietly. Calm can be teachers firefighting alone, or just accepting that this is the way it is now. And if we're still losing 7 minutes of every half an hour, the behaviour picture hasn't improved at all. It's just becoming quieter. So what can actually change? Well, first, I think we need to stop equating calm with productive. Second, we've got to start tracking lost learning honestly. Not to blame teachers, but to show the true scale of unmet needs in classrooms. And for those leadership teams, you've got to actually own behaviour. It's got to be a whole school approach. You can't be just pushing it downwards. You can't weaponise it against staff. You've got to actually own it. That's what happens in my school. It's a whole school approach. Even though I'm finding behaviour more challenging than ever before in my teaching career, I know my SLT's got my back. I know they're going to support me. That doesn't happen in every school. And teachers aren't accepting more disruption because they just want to. They're accepting it because they've been left to handle it alone with fewer tools, fewer adults, and more children needing support than ever before. Now, until that changes, you can call classrooms calmer all you want, but every teacher knows the reality behind these numbers. And I see it every day on my training. When I ask teachers, I always ask a question: what's the most challenging aspect of your job? Behaviour comes out pretty much on top. But I'd love to know what you think. Does your classroom feel genuinely calmer than a year ago? Or is it just quieter chaos?